In this second cryptocurrency option example, we're going to sell a Bitcoin call option. Unlike the previous example where we let the position expire, with today's example we are not going to let this option expire. We will initially sell the call, let some time pass, then close the position ourselves before expiry by buying it back. Hopefully we will manage to buy it back for a lower price than we sell it for to lock in a profit. However, we will close it whether it's currently in profit or not. We'll be doing this to show how simple it is to close option positions early on Deribit, despite the fact that they are European options. It's such a common misconception among beginners that they can't be closed early that it's worth making sure this point is understood early, and we'll do that by giving a specific live example of how it can be done. As we'll be trading Bitcoin options today, let's take a quick look at the current price of Bitcoin. This is a chart of the Bitcoin price on Coinbase, which, as we mentioned in the previous lecture, is one of the constituents of the Deribit Index, which is used to settle the Deribit options and futures. This is a 4-hour chart, so each candle represents 4 hours. Today is Tuesday the 26th of January 2021, and Bitcoin is trading at about $32,211 on Coinbase. Bitcoin has been chopping around for a few days between roughly $30,000 and $35,000. Let's say we have an opinion that Bitcoin isn't going to do much in the next couple of days. More specifically, we don't think it's going to break above $35,000. To capitalize on this view, if we are correct, we're going to sell a Bitcoin call option with a strike price of $35,000 that expires in 3 days, on Friday the 29th of January. Remember though that we're not going to wait 3 days until the option expires on Friday. Once we've sold the option, we will only wait until tomorrow. Then we will come back to see how the position is looking and close it. Let's head back over to the Deribit option chain. As you can see in the top left, I have the 29th of January option chain expanded, so every option we can currently see expires on Friday at 0800 UTC. We want the $35,000 strike, which we can find in this middle column, and we want the call, so we move left from here. The current best bid is shown in the bid column in green, and the current best ask is shown in the ask column in red. These prices are an amount of Bitcoin. For example, a price of 0.006 means 0.006 Bitcoin, or 0.6% of a Bitcoin. As in the previous example, the mark price column is shown in between the bid and ask price columns. The mark price is not a tradable price, but can help give an idea of current option values. This time I have also enabled dollar prices for the bid and ask columns. This gives the dollar equivalent of the premium of the option, as calculated using the futures price. Although it is possible to see this dollar price, the premium is always actually paid or received in Bitcoin. We can click the $35,000 call in the option chain, which brings up the option order form for this option. This includes the order book of bids and asks on the right, which is the list of other traders' orders that we can execute against if we choose to. As we want to sell this $35,000 call option, it is the current bids that we are interested in. The current best bid for this option is an order to buy one contract for a price of 0.0065 BTC. For today's example, we will sell into this order with a quantity also of 1, meaning we will be short this call option with a notional size of 1 Bitcoin. Once we've entered the amount of 1 and checked the price is correct, we can click the sell button. This will bring up the order confirmation screen where we can check everything has been entered correctly. Everything is correct here, so I will click the sell button to create the sell order. There was a buy order already in the order book at the price we selected, so our order executes immediately, as expected. The pop-up in the top right of the screen lets us know the order was filled, and we can also scroll down to the positions table to see our short calls sitting in the account. The instrument is listed in the left column. Here it's BTC 29 Jan 21 35,000C, which means the currency is Bitcoin, the expiry date is the 29th of January 2021, strike price is $35,000, and the option type is call. Next to this we have the size, which is -1. The reason this is a negative number is because we are short this option. If we had instead purchased the option, it would be a positive number here. Even though we're going to close this option early, Let's take a quick look at the P&L chart for this option if we were to hold until expiry. We have all the option parameters I just mentioned, the underlying asset of Bitcoin, option type of call, expiry date of the 29th of January, strike price of $35,000, and the option price or premium is 0.0065 Bitcoin per contract. The fee was also 0.0003 Bitcoin per contract, so we will use 0.0062 BTC as the total collected. Given all the parameters we just covered, this is the P&L chart at expiry for this option position. For any price of Bitcoin below our strike price of $35,000, we would make the maximum possible profit. This maximum profit is limited to the premium we collected minus the fees. We collected a premium of 0.0065 Bitcoin per contract, and the fees were 0.0003 Bitcoin per contract. This gives us a total credit per contract of 0.0062. As the contract multiplier is 1 and we sold one contract, this is the total maximum profit of 0.0062 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was any price above our strike price of $35,000 at expiry, we would calculate our profit or loss using the formula from lecture 4.2, which is premium minus the Bitcoin price minus strike price divided by the Bitcoin price, all multiplied by the position size. Except instead of just using the premium collected per contract, we can use our total credit per contract, including the fee. We've also added on the position size multiplier, which is just the number of contracts, and in this case is simply 1. The profit or loss line decreasing to the right of our strike price is just this same formula plotted for each underlying price of Bitcoin at expiry. As an example, if the price of Bitcoin moved back to $37,000 at expiry, we could calculate our profit as 0.0062 minus 37,000 minus 35,000 divided by 37,000, all multiplied by 1. This equals negative 0.04785,405 Bitcoin. Notice how this loss is far larger than the credit we collected. As we covered in lecture 4.5, the maximum loss of a short call option is capped when measured in Bitcoin. However, it is still possible to lose far more than was collected in premium. This is especially important to remember if you plan to sell more call options than the amount of Bitcoin you own. Selling call options against the Bitcoin that you do own is named a covered call, which is a popular strategy that will be covered in detail later in the course. In lecture 4.3, we gave the formula for the break-even point of a cryptocurrency call option as the strike price divided by 1 minus the premium. As with the profit calculations, instead of just using the premium paid, we will use the total credit including fees, which is 0.0062 Bitcoin per contract. The break-even point is then calculated as 35,000 divided by 1 minus 0.0062. This gives us a break-even point of $35,218.35. This is the point at which the profit or loss line crosses the x-axis. So, that's what could happen if we allowed the option to expire. However, we don't want to hold this one to expiry, we want to close this option early instead. Here we have the same 4-hour price chart of Bitcoin we looked at just before placing the trade, except now of course it's a day later on the 27th of January 2021. We can see the point in time when we sold the option here yesterday. Since then the price has decreased steadily. As we are short a call, this is good for our position. Let's jump back over to Deribit to see how good and to close the option position. Our short option position can be seen here in the option chain, and if we scroll down we can also see it in the positions table. We are currently short this option with a quantity of 1. To close this option early, we need to buy back the exact same option also with a quantity of 1. So we will be executing a buy order for the amount of 1. We can bring up the order form for this option by clicking on it in the option chain. Due to the decrease in the Bitcoin price and the passage of some time, this call option's value has dropped quite significantly. We want to buy this option back, so it's the asks that we are concerned with. The best ask is currently for a price of 0.001 Bitcoin. As we initially sold the option for 0.0065 Bitcoin minus fees, this will represent a nice little profit for us. so let's buy the option back for this price. To do this, we just enter our amount of 1 and our price of 0.001, then click the buy button. This brings up the order confirmation screen for us to check. Everything looks good, so let's click the buy button again. There was a sell order already in the order book at the price we selected, so our order executes immediately as expected, and we get the pop-up in the top right showing the execution. If we scroll down to the positions table, we can see that the option has been closed and we no longer have any positions open in this account. What happens between now and expiry is no longer relevant to us, as we have completely closed the option position. If we go to the menu and click Transaction Log, we have access to every transaction in the account. We can see the transaction where we initially sold the option here. The option details can be seen in the instrument column. It was a sell order to open the position. The amount was 1, but as this is a short, the position size was -1. And we can see the total change to our account in the change column, which was 0.0062 Bitcoin, including the fee. As this is a positive amount in green, this means our cash balance was increased by this amount. This is because we are paid a premium for selling the option. In the row above is the transaction where we close this position by buying the option back. The same option details can be seen in the instrument column. It was a buy order to close the position. The amount was 1, but this time it reduces our position to 0. And again in the change column, we can see the change to our balance. This time we paid 0.001 Bitcoin to buy the option back. With the fee included, this totals a 0.001125 Bitcoin reduction to our cash balance. So our opening sell transaction generated a 0.0062 Bitcoin credit, and our closing buy transaction generated a debit of 0.001125 Bitcoin. This means the trade made a profit of 0.0062 minus 0.001125, which equals 0.005075 Bitcoin. That's it, this trade is complete. What happens to the value of this option at expiry has no effect on our account whatsoever. Hopefully these first two cryptocurrency examples have helped you see how the topics discussed in section 4 apply in the real world. They should also have helped highlight that despite some differences with the collateral and the resulting calculations, the process of trading cryptocurrency options has many similarities with trading more traditional options that use dollars or some other fiat currency as collateral. So despite the little bit of extra knowledge required, making the jump over from traditional options doesn't have to be difficult. Deribit also has a test website where you can try out all their products in a test environment without risking any of your funds. It is highly recommended to get up to speed on the testnet and then progress to the live site once you're comfortable with how things work. The next and last part of this section is a quiz to test how much you've remembered so far, but feel free to search back if you need to refresh your knowledge. After that, we will move on to put options.